And we are back. NFL Week 15 Power Rankings. Starting out at number 32, going down a spot, we have the 2-11 Raiders, who ended up losing their game to the Broncos 24-17 in a game that was actually a lot worse than the score may seem. The Broncos dominated from start to finish. The Raiders just made some fluky garbage time scores to make the game look close, but in reality it was an absolute blowout. So yeah, the Raiders just not looking very good. Safe to say they are probably done with this Pete Carroll, Geno Smith experiment. Looks like time has flown by on both of them. So, yeah, probably best to move on. 31, we have the Titans going up a spot. They pick up a win over the Browns, 31-29, in what was an amazing game between two teams who have no shot at the playoffs. But, I mean, it was a good game nonetheless. I mean, definitely helps with seeding for both of them, and hurts the Titans for draft seeding. The Titans actually looked really good. They did make a bunch of costly turnovers. Forced the Browns to make them. So they really should have lost this game, but they didn't. That's what matters. A win is a win. Number 30, we have the Jets. They're bad. Minus a spot, 3-10. You lose to the Dolphins, 34-10. Literally nothing was doing for anything. Offense, defense, nothing. You guys just kind of stunk it up out there. Didn't really feel competitive from the moment the first play happened to the moment the last play ended. It was just all Dolphins. So, yeah. 29, we got the G-Men, the Giants. They are going to be going down 2 spots, 2-11. They had a bye week. Number 28, we have the Browns staying the same at 3-10. Yes, you lose to the the Titans. But this was a really good game by you guys. It just sucks that, the amount of mental mistakes, turnovers, fumbles. If you didn't make those, you would have won that game probably convincingly. I mean, you struggled in the first half. You came back, on fire on the second half, but unfortunately it was just too little too late. You guys are actually looking really good with Shedeur Sanders as your quarterback. I did not think I'd be saying that, but here we are. Just keep your head up. You have a tough matchup next week against the Bears. We'll see if you're able to get the win there. 27, we got the Commanders, 3-10, minus a spot. You probably ended Zach Ertz's career. Jane Daniels got re-injured, so his comeback was very short-lived. You guys are now officially eliminated from the playoffs. You put up a goose egg, losing 31-0 against the Vikings. That was just a great game by you guys. Just fantastic. Cream of the crop. Best you could do. You guys just look towards next year, because this year it's just been a dumpster fire. 26, we got the Saints upsetting the Buccaneers, going up 4 spots, 3-10. They get the good division win. It fortunately hurts their draft stock. That's really the only thing that comes out of it, but I'm sure they don't care. 24-20, they win. That's really all there was to say. This was a very lackluster games by both sides. The Saints just happened to win the Sleeper Bowl, in my opinion. It just nothing really felt like it was happening. I'm going to be honest. This was just one where it just felt like a football game was being played. There was no special plays, no nothing, or at least not that I can recall. Good win, but nothing. I mean, you got the win. You beat a division opponent. That's a woohoo. 25, we got the Cardinals. Unfortunately for you guys, you lose yet another one. Down a spot, 3-10. Not only did you lose, you got blown out 45-17. Your season, it just sucks for you guys because you're not even that bad of a team, it looks like. It's just, I just don't feel like you're putting all the pieces together. Not to mention you're playing in what I would consider the toughest division in football, albeit very close. I mean, argue if you want. So you just got a really bad draw this season, I feel like, but that's okay. You have the ability to fix that. Hopefully, coming into the draft with very good picks, you'll be able to do that. 24, we got the Falcons, a team who doesn't have very good picks. 4-9 down a spot. you end up losing yet again. This was a game where, well, I actually thought you were going to win, but you didn't. 37-9, you started out really well on defense, but something just happened. You couldn't do anything on offense. And, well, eventually the Seahawks did their Seahawks stuff, and, JSN went off, and you guys lost. So, moral of the story, you got to play 4 quarters of football to win a game. You guys kind of just played 1, maybe 2. And, well, yeah, you kind of lost because of that. And plus, not to mention, you don't have your first-round pick this year, and you're not looking very good. Granted, the guy you traded for is looking amazing, so we can't really fault you there. I know people are going to clown on it, but, I think it was a good move at the moment. So, yeah, we'll see what you guys are able to do, because if I'm you guys, I'm stressing, what can we do? 23, we got the Bengals. You lose to the Bills. You go down 2 spots. You're 4-9. Yes, you're still alive in the playoff race, but, I think that's going to end any Cinderella story you guys had on the off chance that, you literally can't make the playoffs unless you win your division. I think you might be able to sneak into the 7th seed, but let's be honest, that's not happening. So, yeah, you guys are just hanging on by a thread. You have a tough matchup against the Ravens. Huge chance to knock them probably out of the playoff picture as well. We'll see what you guys can do, but unfortunately, your defense did you no favors. You dropped 34 points, and yet again, for the Bengals, wasn't enough to win. 22, we got the Vikings going up 3 spots, 5-8. J.J. McCarthy looked really good this game. 31-0. The defense played well. The offense played well. Unfortunately, Justin Jefferson couldn't get involved. Of course, it happens during the fantasy playoff for me. Just fantastic. So, yeah, you guys just kind of sucked with Jefferson. But outside of that, you looked amazing. Cream of the crop. Like I said, McCarthy looked good. The run game looked good. Jordan Addison, I saw, made a few plays. Defense, obviously, allowing 0 points is, amazing. It just, unfortunately, is probably too little too late for you guys as, well, I don't think you can win the division because I think the worst that Packers can do is 9-7-1. You're 5-8, so you can't even win the division. And then for the playoffs, the 49ers are the 7th seed at 9-8, so you would need an absolute miracle to make it in. So it doesn't matter how you play the rest of the year. You're not even hanging on by a thread. That thread is like hanging on by another thread and hanging on by another thread. 21, we have the Dolphins getting a nice quality win over the Jets. They go up to a spot. They've done it. They did what they needed to. They started off sluggish. They saw this week point in their schedule. They needed to win all these games in order to be in a good spot. And boy, oh boy, have they done that. My big concern now is you're going against the Steelers. Not exactly the greatest team. You definitely could win this one. But I would say after the Steelers game, you're going to kind of start to realize, our schedule's a bit tough after this. Are you going to be able to beat the good teams in order to keep your playoff hopes alive? I don't think so. So I think enjoy the contention while you have it, because I think after this week, you're going to realize, we're screwed. But you looked good against the Jets, but at the same time, it's the Jets. Number 20, we have the Ravens going down a spot. Yeah, you lost. You didn't look good. I don't know what happened with Lamar, but ever since he got injured, he's just looked horrible. So your season's kind of coming to a standstill. Unfortunately, I don't think you guys can do it. You still have another game against the Ravens, I believe, so we'll see if you're able to do anything or with the Steelers, so we'll see if you can do anything with that, but you're going to have to beat the Bengals' high-powered offense. You already lost to them on Thanksgiving, so I don't know if you guys are going to be able to keep up. We'll see what happens, but for the moment, I do think this Ravens season is hanging on by this week, and depending on what happens this week I think we could write them off, or we can say, hey, they're still alive for another game. 19, we have the Chiefs down a spot. I really thought you were going to win this game against the Texans. I keep saying it every week. You know how desperate your situation is to make the playoffs, and unfortunately, you're just not winning. You can't even win your division. You've won it for, 10 years straight? Not this year. I just don't see what's going on with you guys. This is pretty much the same team that's made the Super Bowl the past few years, that has looked dominant, but for some reason this year, It's just all falling apart. Maybe you guys got figured out. Maybe it's the fact that, you've kept the same guys around for so long that old age is catching up. Same thing with the Raiders. These guys are falling out of the game. It's time to move on. Maybe that could be said with Andy Reid. That sucks to say. You just aren't looking great. We'll see what you can do against the Chargers. But, that is looking like, if, history is repeating itself this season, it looks like that could be the final nail in your coffin. 18, we have the Steelers, who are going to be 7-6, up 2 spots. You get a good win over the Ravens, take the sole possession of the AFC North in a game that was must-win for both sides. You are the ones who got the win. The big thing that's going to be talked about, in my opinion, is are you able to hold on to it? We know this Steelers team. They're going to finish 10-7, 9-8, 8-1 somehow maybe. But is that going to be enough? That's the big question. If you were to ask me, I don't think it is. So if I'm the Steelers, I'm going to need to win these games. With that being said, you have a good one against the Dolphins on Monday night at home. All right, you have time to prepare. This should be a must-win game for you guys, especially if the Ravens lose on Sunday night. You have to take full advantage of the situation. We'll see if you're able to. 17, we got them boys. They unfortunately lose to the Lions, 44-32, I believe. So great game by them on offense. Just defensively couldn't stop a brick wall. You end up going nowhere. You're staying the same. 6-1. The Eagles thankfully lose, so you keep your playoff hopes and division alive. You're actually only a game and a half out somehow. I didn't think we'd be talking about that, but here we are somehow. My big concern is it going to be enough? You're playing good. It's just not enough. Doesn't matter how good you play. If you miss the playoffs, you miss the playoffs. You need your defense to step up. They're not stepping up. Will they be able to? I don't know. 16, we have the Panthers. They were on a bye week. Staying the same, though. 15, we have the Buccaneers, 7-6. They're going to be going down 2 spots. A pretty bad loss to the Saints. Just really couldn't do anything. Very boring game. You guys lose. You're now tied with the Panthers for the division. Thankfully, you guys have the tiebreaker, but, this is your sign. You cannot make a single mistake from here on out. We'll see if you're able to do that, but, I'm just not comfortable with you guys right now, and that hurts to say, because you guys looked really good to start the year, and all of a sudden you just fallen off cliff. To be fair, though, this is the same Buccaneers team from the past 2 years where they somehow win their division in the cakewalk, but somehow they look really good in the playoffs, but unfortunately lose. Is that going to be the case this year? Probably. We'll see if history repeats itself for a third year in a row. 14, we have the Colts, down 4 spots, 8-5. Pour one out to Daniel Jones. Torn ACL, out for the year. And I think that's probably going to end the Colts season. Because Daniel Jones is out, Anthony Richardson's still on IR. You had your third string guy, technically second, Riley Leonard. He is questionable for his next game. You guys have worked out Phillip Rivers, 44-year-old Phillip Rivers. Yeah, it's over. Put the fries in the bag. It sucks. I really thought this was going to be like a magical Colts year, but it just sucks. And what really sucks is Daniel Jones, just my fantasy quarterback. Him and Drake May, and I feel obligated now to I want to keep Daniel Jones on the roster so he can finish this season out with us, is what sucks the most. So yeah. 13, we have the Eagles, down 6 spots. You lose somehow, some way again. Your offense, Kevin Patullo, he needs to be gone for you guys. 22-19, overtime loss to the Chargers. This was just an abysmal game by you guys. You're allowing, the Cowboys to stay in this race, even with them losing. No ground was made. You have to take advantage. All right, what is happening? You guys are the reigning Super Bowl champs, and you are not playing like it. So yeah, this is just heartbreaking for you guys. I'm sure. You have the same team. It's not like they're getting very old. They're still young. So we'll see if you're able to turn it around. You have to turn it around, though. 12, we have the Texans, up 3 spots. Great win over the Chiefs. Defense wins championships, forcing 3 interceptions from Mahomes. You guys have now officially made your spot in the playoffs. Well, you haven't clinched, but you've been in the hunt pretty much the whole time. You're now in the 7th seed, so that's good for you guys. Yeah, I am afraid of the Texans if I'm, the Patriots who currently play them if they ended today. Or any team who should play them. It doesn't matter who. This defense is flat out dominant. They are looking like, they're looking like the Legion of Boom. Like, you are the no-fly zone. Like, you cannot do anything against this defense. And they genuinely, like, their offense isn't even that bad right now. They could be a dangerous threat come January. So, we'll see. 11, we have the Chargers up 3 spots at 9-4. They pick up a quality win over the Eagles on Monday night. They didn't look amazing, but they got the win. That's what matters, all right? They moved to 9-4, stay within reach of the division. They do actually have a pretty decent shot at gaining ground if they're able to beat the Chiefs, Broncos, and Packers play. That could be a tough one for the Broncos. We'll see what's able to happen out of that. But for the Broncos, you're still in a great spot. Holding down your playoff spot, you have a game of comfort, in my opinion, if you were to lose. So you're in a good spot still, but with that being said, don't get comfortable, all right? Pedal to the metal. Keep it up. 10, we got Duval, 9-4, up 2 spots. They're looking really good, all right? People were saying they were fluky. They get a good win over the Colts. They unfortunately injured my boy DJ in the process, but that's okay, I guess. They are in a good spot. They're, getting comfortable with their division. They're slowly building it. Houston is staying right there, though, so you can't back down yet. You guys are looking like a great team. I don't know how well you'll do in the playoffs with, the first-year head coach. And, Trevor Lawrence hasn't been in the playoffs in a few years, so we'll see if he's able to, recapture that Chargers magic he had in his first year. Yeah. Number 9, we got the Lions up 2 spots, 8-5. Good win over the Cowboys. Keeps your playoff hopes alive. Hoping San Francisco could lose is pretty much your best bet right now. I do think you're in a really good spot. You played well. You do have, in my opinion, a favorable game against the Rams. It's crazy to say. I think you guys could win that one. That's a must-win for you guys. One, because you can't lose, and the other, it would really help to get that tiebreaker over a team who's ahead of you in the playoffs. In the off chance the Rams do lose 2, this being one of them, and you win out, you can jump them. So, I do think you're in a great spot. You just got to, unfortunately, keep winning and hope someone in front of you loses. Number 8, we got San Fran, one of the teams who they do need to lose, up a spot. 9-4, they had a bye week. 7, we got the Bills, 9-4, up a spot. Great win over the Bengals, 39-34. You were trailing most of that game. Your defense came in clutch, forcing back-to-back interceptions, one of which being a pick 6. You guys were able to get that win, able to hold off that high-power offense. You were able to match it, not only match it, but I don't think you did better because I picked 6, but you were able to do just enough to win. If I'm you guys, though, you're looking at this next game against the Patriots. This is pretty much, if you lose this game, you can say goodbye to the division. You would. You'd be back 3 games with 3 games to go, and you wouldn't have the tiebreaker. This is literally a chance for the Patriots to clinch the division. So you have got to play your hearts out. We'll see if you're able to. Number 6, we got the Bears down a spot. You played well against the Packers. Unfortunately, wasn't enough to get the win, 28-21. Kept it close, just not, a win. That being said, you drop all the way down to the 7 spots. You now have to hope, you're able to fend off Detroit, which I believe you still play them once. So, going from the 1 to the 7 seed and having Detroit be the team breathing down your neck, that is terrifying. So we'll see if you're able to hold on to it. If I'm a Bears fan, though, I'm starting to get nervous because, the fact that we're talking 5 losses might be enough to cut you out of the playoffs in the NFC. 5-6 losses, don't want to see that. Number 5, we got the Broncos going up a spot. They were on a bye week. They're only going up because the Bears are going down. Number 4, we got the Packers, 9-3-1, staying the same. Great win over the Bears. You were able to defeat the team ahead of you. You now have sole possession of the NFC North. You do still have to play the Bears once, though. Not this week, but next week. You do have the Broncos on your schedule as well, so you cannot give in. You still have the Vikings as well. These division games do matter. Anything could happen. If you're able to win, I think those 2 division games, you're in a great spot. We'll see if you're able to. I mean, that's the big thing. Are you able to win the games that matter the most? The Bears. The Broncos are a contender. The Vikings are a division team. I don't remember who your other team is, but win against them too. Number 3, we got the Rams staying the same, 10-3. I mean, there's not much to say about this game. This was just dominant by you guys. Absolute bloodbath against the Cardinals. Yeah, that's all that really needs to be said. I mean, you got the MVP. You have a tough game against the Lions. Are you able to continue that momentum? We'll see. Number 2, we got... Oh, by the way, Rams, great bounce back win over with that loss to the Panthers. That was a bounce back. Now you need to ride that momentum. Number 2, we got the Seahawks staying the same. You struggled in the first half, but you got it done in the second half. All right? Shows how offense can flip the switch at any moment and they can be lethal. With that being said, you guys looked amazing in that second half, but play 4 quarters of football. I don't know if that'll fly in the playoffs, so we'll see what happens. And then number 1, we had the Patriots, 11-2, staying the same. They had a bye week. So that is going to do it for this episode. Let me know how you think I did, if you think I was too high or too low on any team, and let me know what you would change. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.